right, y'all. How's everybody doing today? It's your boy Taj Ben John, Bars and Joysticks. I'm here with Korey from Wordplay4Lyfe. Korey, not that I'm not going to give him a chance to introduce himself. He is a entrepreneur, an activist in the Orlando area, and he has like a brand called Wordplay4Lyfe. It's like a streetwear apparel brand. I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna give the rotor over to him so he can introduce himself. How you doing today, Korey?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm glad to be here. Like you said, I'm Korey, owner at Wordplay4Lyfe. I wanted to start something that was different in the community, edgy. I always wanted to get into clothing when I was younger. I just didn't execute, I'm glad to be here to talk about all this great stuff.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so I'm pretty much just gonna get into it. All right, so today we're gonna talk about entrepreneurship, activism, and being black while doing both. Do you have a preference between talking about activism first or entrepreneurship first, or which one came first? Actually, which one came first in your life? Was it entrepreneurship or was it activism? Or was it just kind of like a combination of both? Activism, okay. Yeah, when did you get into activism?
Yeah, man. It started once upon a time. In 2014, actually, it was a tragic time. I think that was the year Trayvon Martin got shot, I believe.
2012.
2012, yeah. So it happened around then. But yeah, it was a tragic year, and that really hit me hard, man. I was like, yo, what the heck? Like, what's going on? Like, it was just hard to believe like something like that was happening, especially and it was in your own backyard.
Right.
I remember just watching it and I being angry. I'm like, how come people don't do anything about this, right? Like, of course, it was some people locally, like in that area, that was, doing stuff. But I was just talking about like on a large crowd, on a different level. Like, why ain't we all out there, like, and and after that, I got in the streets, man. Like, I just wanted to get into something, and I ran into a friend of mine who talked about this organization, which was Organized Now at the time.
Organized Now.
Yeah.
They have a new name now, right?
Yeah. It's a completely different organization. Florida Rising. It's all statewide now as opposed to like different locations. But yeah, I got involved when it's Organized Now because they had like a protest at the time, and I wanted to jump right in because I wanted to do something about what happened to the young fella, and I was upset, and I remember being angry about it, and like we was out there protesting, and I wanted to be heard, and I wanted to speak on the issue. I remember going through some trainings. Of course, the protest, and then there was like the educational part, right? Just getting to know like what is activism, and learning about certain issues when it comes to Black issues. I always wanted to do something, I just didn't know how, or I didn't really care that much. Just like people nowadays, they care, but not that much.
Yeah, that man, I have so many questions to ask from that one alone. All right, I'm gonna ask something for the audience. I'm gonna ask something for me. So I know it's super easy. I feel like you'd agree with me on this. That it's so easy to feel apathetic about certain things. I'd be like, okay, this is like a political issue. I have no efficacy out here at all. I have no feeling like I feel like a lot of people of being feeling like you're ineffective, even though you know that you are effective. If that makes any sort of sense.
That's a good question. I think education is powerful and being effective, because without that, you wouldn't be able to speak on certain issues. Um, you won't be able to, teach other people about what you learn. So I think education plays a big part as to being effective. It's more to it than just a press conference or a protest. Um, you really have to kind of educate yourself on what you're doing. It's a lot of stuff that needs to be worked on, of course, and it takes more than just one person.
True that, true that. Um, yeah, I feel that because I really do feel like a lot of times people like I remember back in like 2020, um, I you have a much longer and more robust like history in activism than I do. But I remember back in like 2020, I would see like signs of people just like feeling downtrodden, feeling like they're like just ready to give it all up. Now I don't know, it's just something that like I never really felt it too bad, but I know it's something that hits different people in different areas. So I guess like the educational proportion of it, keeping yourself like constantly brushed up, really does seem to help out. All right, so I have a question for me versus the audience now. Um, what was the landscape like back in 2014 versus today? Like in local activism and local like politics and things like that. Um, was it more, what am I asking here? What the differences are? Like, what were like the general attitudes like? Were they like generally the same, or is there like a different attitude now versus like 8 years ago?
I would say the landscape has changed compared to then, because before it was like, okay, I'll give you like scenario. I kind of acted out a little bit. So back then it was like, damn, they really did that. Oh man, like that's terrible.
Oh no, I think I
And
know where this is going now.
yeah, and now it's just like, oh, what the hell? Oh hell no, I gotta do something about this. Yo, let's go out there. Like so it's a
Oh,
little bit different now. Like people are kind of willing to, step up or, get involved somewhat. Well, I need to do something, as opposed to like, wow, I'm watching in front of this TV right here, and this is wild. Like them people crazy out there. Like I hope they all right. So and now just like, oh nah, we can't let this fly. Like the younger generation is actually speaking up about it a little bit more. I think that's the cause of it too.
okay, okay, that's good. That's good. I like hearing that more. So it's like there's more activism today versus 10 years ago. That's good. That's I feel like that's a change in the good direction. One could
Yeah.
argue. Or at least people like feel like they're more effective. That there's more they can do on the ground, hitting, touching grass. Because I thought it was bad today, but if it that's a sign of hope that people are more ready to mobilize now versus 10 years ago. Um, excellent, excellent. Yeah. So, which types of causes, just for the audience, which type of causes do you care the most about? As far as like what's most likely to get you to like mobilize, to get you to talk to family and friends or people online that you meet through even through social media that might be interested in like local activism and things like that. In your opinion.
Um, to be honest, I don't think like there's an issue like more important than the other because that could bring a whole different conversation and it can be negative. Uh,
Mm,
but I feel like for me, I started out with racial justice issues. Um, I mean, somebody else may feel like climate change may be an issue that everybody can like really tackle on. Because I learned about climate change as I moved along in the movement and start learning about the different issues. Climate change definitely affects everybody. Some people don't really care for racial issues because it doesn't affect them.
yeah,
Um,
people differently. There's a different levels of emotional buy-in, I would say.
mhm.
It'd be like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. I hope that doesn't sound crass though, like different emotional buy-in, but just through people's lived experiences, certain issues inevitably become more important to them. Like say like if someone like has a really good housing situation, is housing not pressing for them, or if someone is living in a society where like they don't really face like racial components into their lives that like weigh down on the quality of their life compared to different peers, like would that truly upset them as much as someone where it does? So that makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
That you would say that.
Yeah, man. People realizing now, like, not only is it um, climate change or housing, um, like some of the racial issues that's affecting a lot of people too. I mean, they're starting to realize like this is a problem. It's not just our problem, but it's like our problem, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. Like I saw that in like 2020, like when we all did all the protesting and yeah, it went
Right.
crazy.
Right. And with things like police violence, for example, like what I always tell people, or at least I try to tell people, get it through people. Sometimes people don't listen, uh, myself included, I guess. But I try to tell people that like bigotry, even if it doesn't directly affect you, it'll still negatively impact your life in some way.
Hmm.
Like say for example, like the trans people in sports issue, like seeing how legislators like address trans kids in sports, that's going to negatively affect everybody's kid, whether they're cis or trans.
Hmm.
When they're introducing bills where like the team coach can like inspect your kid's genitals. Okay, it doesn't matter if your kid's trans; their genitals are still going to get checked by a non-medical professional. All right, that opens up like a wide berth of like opportunities for things like to be abused, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like I remember during the 1960s where like things like public pools were like a big thing. Um, in during desegregation,
Mhm.
a lot of cities voted to shut down their public pools because they didn't want black kids and white kids swimming together. But I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, now no kid swims now. You're taking away this public utility because you don't want because you're mad about desegregation and stuff. But like now everybody suffers because you decide to be bigoted. Those are just like a few examples, but like I've never seen it where it didn't affect everybody else in some negative way as well.
Hmm. I mean, I feel like segregation's still kind of going on these days. 'Cause you think about it
True.
as far as a class issue, like okay, like the kids with money or rich, you know, they in private schools, um, and you know, lower caste, you know, they in the public schools, and it may not be like the case for every city or you know every community, but you know, it's happening. Believe it or not.
True that. Big truth right there. Yeah. All right. So
But
more.
yeah, man, it's like it changes, you know, as far as like some of the issues that we have here. Like, yeah, before it was really back then where Martin Luther King was going through that the movement. It was way more of a race issue, and you know now we're starting to see the class issues a little bit more. Even though
Yeah.
that was an issue back then, but now we see even more now. Like, okay, it doesn't matter who you are, black, you know, Muslim, like, you
Yeah.
know.
It's weird how those things intersect.
Hmm.
It's very strange how those things intersect. Um, Sometimes in good ways, sometimes in bad ways. A lot of times bad ways, from what I can think of. All right, topic list. All right. So now that we're talking about like activism and things like that, where do you seem to draw like your political like philosophies from?
And thanks for asking that. So Martin Luther King definitely influenced me a lot. Um, just the way he went about things, even though you know he got beat up and he went to jail.
Multiple times.
Yep, and he was like, hey, I still got to get up and do this. You know, he had that strong will, and I feel like I can relate in a little bit because you know I
Yeah.
too I wouldn't say I was beat up physically, but you know, life. A lot of us, you know, we're dealing with right now.
Yeah.
Like we get beat up, you know, but we get up and we keep going, and you know, we don't stop. Even my mom was like, "Yeah, like you have a strong will, and that's gonna help you in life." So that's why I can
Yeah.
relate to Martin Luther King.
Were there any like childhood experiences that kind of shaped and formed like who you are today as far as like your not only the activism but also like your political beliefs and things like that?
Um, you know what? I like Noam Chomsky. I don't know if you heard of this guy before. He's a author, philosopher.
Yeah,
He's
I
wrote
think I've seen a few interviews. I think either him or who's the other old guy that's still alive. That's like I think it might have. I think it might have actually been Chomsky. Definitely not with not Richard Wolff, but Chomsky. I think.
Mm,
I think.
yeah, he's a
It seemed
great
like it.
dude. He's old. I think he's like almost 80 or something, but he's
That's old.
he's still up. He's still like, doing his thing. He's not as active as he used to be, but yeah, Noam Chomsky, he had a documentary. He was talking about the economy and where the government works. He was breaking it all down, like as far as economists, and it makes sense, and I realized a lot, just from watching that documentary, and it taught me some things, and I'm like, oh, okay, then that makes sense, right? So um, I'm glad, he had that documentary to kind of like teach people and show people like, okay, like this is what's going on in government. This is why things are never going to change, because the way the rich folks do when it comes to the government. Like I'll give you an example. Um, like um, like Goldman Sachs, right? They're like this big investment banking firm, and they do it for a lot of you know different accounts or whatever in the banking world. Uh, and it appears like they're the reason why like the economy crashes. They hope for that type of stuff because they know they can make money off of it. So it's just like when you hear stuff like that, it's like wow, like it really makes you think. Like what are we really doing? Like we already know the politicians are working for them, and it just really like irked me when I first watched that, and I found out like, oh yeah, so they're the reason why the stock market crashed and everything went to shit because they planned for it. And some of these companies, I heard, they even they write the financial plan, right? Like that is crazy, right?
You mean like their influence on like the things like the Fed?
Hmm. No, so these companies, so this is like a banking company, right? In the banking industry, investments or whatnot. Um, so they write the financial plan for the economy.
Or like you mean like they advise, not they advise, but they have like a kind of like a helping hand with things like the Federal Reserve and things like that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, 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 yeah. They play a part in like some of the bills, and yeah, and they also, like you said, the Federal Reserves. So yeah, it's wild. Even though the Federal Reserve is its own entity, but they're still heavily influenced by
Yeah.
the rich, and like they like the people that used to work in banking are working in that. So people don't even know that. That's something like to really think about. Like, why do they have people from the banking industry, the executives in that government? So yeah, it's a lot of foolery.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel that. I feel that. Um. All right. 1 second. All right. After this, I'm going to talk about entrepreneurship. And then after that, I'm going to turn around. Because I know that your brand combines the two, like activism, politics, and entrepreneurship.
Mhm.
So leads me to go to the next step. Now we're talking about money. What got you
Hey,
into entrepreneurship? And talk about your
hey,
brand a little bit more.
yeah, 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 man. When it comes to Wordplay for Life, so I thought about it like actually when I was working, um, doing the political stuff. Um, I was working on it like late at night. So after work, when I came home, and I finished my political work or whatever, I would go straight to working on Wordplay for Life. Um, I was jotting down notes, how I wanted it to happen, and I came up with a business plan. It's business plan is a term used in business where you actually develop um, how you want your business to succeed and start and succeed. I would say it's really important when you bring it to like investors or a bank. They see that you have a plan for a successful business. Um, so I started working on that. While I was working in politics and movement, and that was like every night. I was working till 2, 3 in the morning, even during the
Dang.
pandemic.
Dang.
The whole concept came from me growing up. I didn't really know how to express myself. Whether I liked somebody or admired somebody, I didn't really, you know how to like speak on it like I should. So I was like, yeah, I mean, you can express yourself on other things. You can express yourself on a shirt or singing, art form, in different ways. So yeah, I was like, yeah, let's do it. Express yourself. So I came up with that as the slogan for Wordplay for Life. Express how you feel. We use words and designs to express how we feel. Um, that's the whole thing behind Wordplay for Life. Um, so that gives you like kind of a backstory as to how it got started. And it's already going on right now. People are expressing themselves, so I'm just kind of like adding my 2 cents to it, 5 cents, how many cents you want to call it.
Yeah.
Just adding to it, and it's more than just a brand. It's a way of life, right? So you know that's my thing right now, and I'm pushing it.
Okay. Okay. Um. So tying that into to things like, because I know like you have a. Let me see if I can share the screen to like the website actually. Um.
Yeah.
Because like I'm curious about like what can I share the screen? Yeah, I can share the screen. 1 second. Pull this up. Share screen. Mhm. Boom, and share. Yeah. So go. Well, let me magnify this actually.
Yeah, I'm like, whose
Just
shirt is that?
I want to blow it up where like people can see the designs from the channel. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, whose shirts are those? Oh, that's mine. Yeah, and it also has, if you see that up top where I have my display of my first uh
The
clothing
launch.
line event. Yeah, I'm doing a launch party in
Okay,
May.
that's coming out in about 2 months then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. May the 18th.
May 18th.
So I got up there. If you wanna come through, show some love, you can sign up.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Plug it. Where's the Summer Vibes launch party at?
Oh, you should be able to click on it. I just updated it recently. I think you can click and maybe he. Okay, it needs to be updated. I guess I thought you can click on it directly to the event page. But yeah, it's on my Facebook. Yeah, I sent you a link. I believe it was a link I sent on Instagram. But yeah, I'm be posting it. I'm be promoting it on Facebook and IG. I just started. But yeah, we're going to have it at the Sushi Lounge. Really nice spot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bikuri.
Hmm.
At Bikuri Sushi. Did I pronounce it like that? Or I've never been there. I know where it
Yeah.
is. Bikuri Sushi.
Yeah. Yeah.
True that. True that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the summer collection. So like when you're making designs like these, like how are some of these like inspired?
Hmm. Good question. Sometimes a lot of times at night, I would go on this app and I will, I'll browse through some stuff and then I'll be like, I probably can do better. So I would like add stuff to it, like a certain font, or I look up a design and I would add something. I'll piece together some stuff. They have some designs already on the app that I've used. Um, so it makes it easier, but I also make my own designs as well.
Okay. Okay.
But but yeah, that graphic, Wordplay for Life, like um I actually have one of my friends in the movement. He helped me with that Wordplay for Life logo thing right there at the top. So yeah, I thank him for that. It was really dope. Yeah, I had that. They just showed me something recently. Like it was like, oh yeah, you already made 100 designs, and I'm like, what?
Isn't it weird how it sneaks up on you?
Yeah, I was like, it has to be more than 100 because I don't use that website for everything because I have more designs off of that off of that website. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like more like 130 or something like that. Like that. But
Yo, this is a cool design right here. The faces of change tee. So for those people that aren't looking at the camera like they should be, not the camera, but on the stream like they should be, for the audio listeners, this has a bunch of different like side profiles of faces, but each face is a different tone to it. So they're like lighter faces and darker ones, like more golden looking faces, more copper looking ones,
mhm.
more earth tone faces. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it just I think it's really important because it shows like yeah, we're highlighting Black History Month, but we also showing that we're all in this together, whether you're Black, um, Latina, um, Muslim, or whatever the case. Like we're all in this. But yeah, man, like you'll be looking through those shirts for a minute because I got a good amount. I didn't put everything up there, of course, but yeah, it's good stuff on there. I'll be adding the women's stuff pretty soon. I'm still working on that.
Oh yeah, my bad, man. I was going through the I was only going through the men's section. That's because I mean, if I'm gonna buy something, it's gonna be for me. All right.
Yeah.
Um.
Just to let you know, it's unisex. So all those shirts are unisex. So
Okay.
women
Oh,
and
that
men,
makes sense. Yeah.
whoever,
I
whoever
just
you want
saw
to
one that
call
said
yourself.
Queen. Yep.
Yep.
Power
Yep. So
numbers.
yeah, but I wanted to come out with more fitted shirts for women because some of them was like, this fits me kind of weird. So I was like, all right, let me.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
I was like, so I'm gonna come out with more women fitted type shirts that because that's in style too, and the summer's coming up. So let me do this, and it'll be part of my first launch of my business locally. I'm excited, man. It's a lot of work though, but I'm glad that we're working towards it.
Yeah. So like, who's like your ideal avatar for a lot of the designs? Like when you like create designs, is it for people that are like artistic up and comers? Is it for like more people that just want to lay back, or is it just like a like who's I don't know I don't know. I've never really talked to too many clothing brand people, but
Mm-hmm.
is avatar the right word? Is there like a type of person that you have in mind for rocking your product?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because you have to think about other folks. That's not me. So I think about like the everyday person um, who's like around my age or younger. Younger generation is too because you have to have a target, something that you talk about in business. Yeah, so like from at least 18 already up until at least a 40. I think about okay, the everyday person, what do they do? Um, they get up, you know, brush their teeth, wash up, put on a nice shirt. There's so everybody rocks a shirt, so they want to
Mm-hmm.
look for a cool shirt. Because I used to be that guy, like, all right, what type of shirt I want to wear today? I'm gonna wear the dopest shirt out. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So I was thinking about that too. Like, yeah, I want to rock the dopest shirt, and they either go to school or they go to work. If it's not professional, of course. Um, but I also think about some of the business folks, and the people who wear suits every day. Like, okay, yeah, after work, I just want to throw on a shirt and be comfortable, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I can rock one of his shirts, and it's really dope and makes me feel good. It's not like thick and hot, because it's summer here. That's one of the things I think about. I don't want a thick, hot shirt. It wants to be comfortable, thin, something you can just chill out in and not be hot. Because you remember you rocked a shirt before, and you was like, "Wow, this shirt is kind of thick, and it's not really that comfortable, right?" So,
Yeah. Yeah, I see sometimes like I'll be at the store or something and I'll see like different short sleeve shirts. Sorry, short sleeve shirts. I don't know why I can't pronounce things right now. Yeah, so I'll be like, and it'll be like a super thick, like polo thick. I'm just wearing this because I'm on camera. I was just like, oh, I'll wear something with a collar, but it'll be like a polo thick, like t-shirt, and I'm like, why? For Florida. So like, I totally understand that. I feel that this one's definitely the one that I gravitate towards the most. So the Faces of Change tee. Put that
Yeah,
on the
I thought it was really
jumbotron.
dope. Hmm?
I'm putting that on the jumbotron, man. Just gonna blow it up.
Yeah, you can get it in black or white, or if you want like a special color, it probably won't look that great with all the mixed colors. But
Yeah, that's what I. Good point. Yeah, like I think like a black would be the wave for this one. Maybe a white. It looks pretty good in white.
yeah, it'd be straight in white too. And but also when you're printing on like different colors, it costs more because you have to use a certain type of color paint, and yeah, it's
Oh,
not.
to make it show up more.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I don't know the whatchamacallit, the ins and outs of producing products like that.
Hey, you learn this stuff on the way, like
The more you know.
learn as I go, learn as I go. But yeah, as far as entrepreneurship and everything, like something I've been wanting to get into for a while now. It's just not just something that just happened like overnight type of thing.
What would you say? What would you say to like young people, or even people, even old people, even anyone that's just like curious, even if you're like older than our parents, like someone in like their 80s, they're like, I've always wanted to make a brand, make an e-commerce brand or an e-commerce store. Like, what would you say to that person, like if they're like being trepidatious about starting, just like with activism, but with entrepreneurship this time? What would you tell them? It's like the same advice, or different advice to like get them more interested in starting up their own brand and their own store and or venture.
Well, for me, if I would have mentioned this to someone, like if you wanted to start your own business, hey, when those ideas pop up and you got time, start writing it down. That helps a lot. Um, and that gets you going as to coming up with more stuff that you want to work on. Writing it down really helps you achieve your goals, I was told. So yeah, once you get the idea in your head, try to like jot it down somewhere or put it in your phone. That's one of the things I did is I started putting stuff down on paper, and I got like um, notes about how to get started and different designs and names of designs and stuff. But yeah, I would say
Interesting.
start, huh?
Interesting. No, sorry, I was just listening.
Yeah, I would say yeah, just start writing it down and don't stop. Even if you're not going to stop, start like tomorrow or next week. Just start writing it down and make sure that you keep it in eyes view, your notes or whatever you're writing down, so you don't forget about it. Um, Put a note to yourself, uh, or schedule a time during the week where you want to work on it, even if you're like really busy all the time, because we all have lives. Schedule a day, maybe like on a Sunday. Hey, I need to spend 30 minutes, just writing down or working on, my plan or what I want to do. Um, and if you feel overwhelmed, man, try to reach out to someone. I know it's not always a good solution, because trying to reach out to someone to help you, they may be like, well, here, buy this, or cause that's everything everybody's doing right now. They're trying to get you to buy something.
Oh, true. Yeah,
To
buy my course on how to make courses. Yeah, I definitely know that's a big thing. I think that there's like an important part of having like kind of like, don't call them this because like you don't want to having like an accountability partner, whether it be like a spouse or like a good friend.
Mhm.
Like for example, like at the YouTube channel, I'm a shit. I should not say this in public because he's gonna make his head big. I think that Seuss is a really good accountability partner. This guy on my channel, Michael Seuss, He's a really good accountability partner because like if you don't do something on time, he will get on you about it.
Mm-hmm.
And like people like that in your life can be kind of annoying. But would these things happen without people like that sometimes? I don't know. Sometimes having that accountability partner is pays dividends, even though it's not pleasant. Kind of like going to the gym, I guess.
Yeah, man.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I need to have accountability partner for real.
Man, you should hire Michael Seuss LLC, okay? Like
yeah, but it's to be honest, as a black person in business, like a lot of us do this. I'm sure, like we have to use our own money, most of us,
right. Yeah.
to get started, and it's really really hard. That's why it's really important to try to get funding or get some type of help because it's not easy. But being black, we didn't have like $100,000 or $1,000,000, just like Jeff Bezos or some of those other people. Like they had some money, at least.
Yeah, I sometimes I get so like it's so wild to me where people are like, yeah, man, like I have a secret donor, and their secret donor is like you see them every Thanksgiving because they're your parents or something. And I was like, whoa. And not a backer, but like an angel investor or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
That just makes it even sweeter when we win, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's why I
man.
try to tell myself, as someone who hasn't won yet, because I have less than 1,000 subscribers. But that's a good point. That's really interesting. That's a good point.
Yeah, yeah. Like, because you hear people like say stuff like, oh, you want to do that, so you're kind of like stepping into the realm of, uh, how can I say it? Uh, I don't think I be this person, but they feel like you want to step into the realm of bad business or people who exploit people, that type of thing. It's like it's a way to get into business and do it the right way. People don't realize that like there's a bad way and there's a good way.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing everything from scratch. Like I'm working my way up. I'm not even. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not doing all that other stuff.
There's money you can be putting to other things, like, oh, I could go on vacation with this, or I can buy that cool bike with this, and you're like, no, this goes to the business. This is something that invests for the future. I feel that,
Yeah.
yeah, that element of sacrifice, you're not alone in that one. You're not alone in that one at all.
Yeah.
Or even offering your time. Like, crap, man, this is like 9:48 going on 10 o'clock on a Monday
Yeah.
night. I'm sure I'm sure a lot of other people would be doing a lot of other things, So like even that's important. 1 second.
Oh, you good?
Oh, gang. Awesome. Yeah, I had like an audio check just now. Sorry about that. All right, let me go back to the notes real quick. 1 second.
Oh, you good?
Where are my notes at? Boom. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait a
People.
second. Another thing that I never got from you, man. Where'd you get it? How'd you get into graphic design?
I just kind of because I was like, yeah, let me kind of scratch the surface a little bit. I'm not like a college graduate for like graphic design or anything, but yeah, I'm just scratching the surface, man. And there's tools out here, so it's not like you have to have a degree to do it, right? Just
Very
like
true.
you can build a website and you don't have to go to school for it. Now you can teach yourself.
Yeah.
So I think being self-taught is important these days.
Yeah. Good point. Okay, I did not want to skip without getting an answer on that one. All right. So we'll be getting off here real soon. But this is Bars and Joysticks, the channel for hip hop, video games, comics, and things like politics and other cultural topics such as this. But I would be doing the channel justice if I didn't ask you. Are you into video games? Are you a gamer?
Yeah, I used to play games a lot
What were
growing
you,
up.
some of your favorite games? Like, what games inspired you the most?
Oh man, I was always into. I'm not a violent person, like not violent, Martin all day. But um, so I was a Street Fighter fan, like
Okay.
hardcore Street Fighter. I even got the tattoo on my arm of
Are you
Champ.
serious? Man,
Yeah, I have the tattoo on my arm here, like.
there's someone on our channel named Paco. He made a video about Black Americans and fighting games because I feel like if I meet a black gamer, there's always one fighting game that they gravitate towards like the most. For me, it was like Soul Calibur and Tekken. For other
Taken
people, it's
too.
like Smash Brothers. Yeah,
Yeah,
see, Tekken's that game. Okay.
yeah,
Every Thanksgiving, like the cousins come over, boom. All right, you're whipping behind with either gin or martial law.
hmm
But but um but yeah, it's always a fighting game with us, and like there's nothing wrong with that because fighters are awesome. I just noticed that about and a lot of like professional esports gamers are black too. Like
mm.
we have a lot of people out there. And also like what music are you listening to right now? Who are some of the biggest artists that you're a fan of, or the biggest inspirations to your hustle and drive and who you are today?
Who inspires me? Of course, comes to mind J. Cole, uh, K. Dot. Um, it's not too many inspiring artists now. I mean, it's artists that I'll listen to, but they're not too inspiring. Who else? I would say. So I named a few West Coast. No, K. Dot. I mean, I always liked this Snoop. Everybody likes Snoop, of course. Like I growing up listening to him, like it was dope. Um, um, Benny the Butcher. I listen to him.
Oh,
Um, yeah, I listen to him. Um, I listen to Kodak. Representing Florida. You know, he came up in the street. So trying to
yeah.
think of a few more people. Are you talking about like today's type of rappers, not like
No, you can talk about you can man if you want to say something like I'm trying to think of like like Murs. You can say like someone that like only you know about, or some super local artists that no one's heard about before. Just like artists that you want to shout out, and artists that like you feel that you draw inspiration from, like artists that have kept you moving throughout the day. Like be like, oh man, I don't want to go to the gym today, but I'm gonna listen to this new Cole album. Or oh, I don't want to write this paper or do this website design right now, but I listen to this in the background. So I was like curious, like what artists are like driving you.
yeah, man. Yeah, I named a few. I got so many songs in my Spotify radio, like it's not even funny. Like I got a whole bunch of songs. I got at least over 1,000 saved, probably more than that. Um, but yeah, Dom Kennedy, he's one.
Dom Kennedy, okay.
Yeah, I listen to Brent Fayez.
Yeah,
Black
I dig him. I dig him. I'm
uh
sorry for interrupting every time you say an artist name.
and then Black Alicious, they kind of an old group. They had that song on Brown Sugar,
Yeah,
um,
Black Alicious.
Make You Feel That Way. Yeah, that's the name of the
Yeah, they
song.
I don't know if you know this song, but there used to be this. My older cousin had an Xbox growing up, and he had this like how they had the used to have the demo games
Mm-hmm.
on the Xbox. So like some of those are just like trailers for video games on those demo discs that they gave out. And one of there's this. I think it's a Black Alicious song. Like
Mm-hmm.
Rock This Spot, I think was the name of it. It was. I need to look that up. Actually, I'm not sure if that was Black Alicious or Gift of Gab. But do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think? Sorry for interrupting. I don't know where I was going with that.
Nah, you good,
Throwback
man.
though.
Yeah, I listen to Young Dolph too, man, because it kind of reminds
R.I.P.
me of people I grew up around and the life back then. The way it was when I was coming up. Like he came from nothing. I mean, even though he didn't do it complete right ways everything, but yeah, he was just somebody in the streets that came up. Um, so I listen to Baby Keem, Don Tolliver, like
Okay.
yeah, like these are some of the artists that inspire me, and it make you feel good too, just listening to them. My cousin, of course, shout out to GIP. He's an up and coming artist.
GIP.
Yeah, yeah. It stands for Get It Poppin'. He has
Okay.
he has a new song out called "Listen." Y'all should check it out. It's on every platform, I believe. It's on Spotify. If you look it up, GIP, listen. Yeah, I like what he's doing. Trying to think of some other folks. Um, yeah, it's a lot of artists right now up and coming too that I haven't even brought up. I brought up a few, but trying to think who else. Party Next Door, I like them. Um,
Yeah.
Currency, Sir, he's a good artist. I like him. Um, Josh K, Jay Ali, he's more of a singer. Um, that
Josh
might
K.
be, yeah, Josh K.
Okay. All
You
right.
might have heard him before. He has a song out. It's been out for a minute though. If you look his music up, um, trying to think who else. DJ Khaled. He always put out some good music.
Cali, like Kali.
DJ Khaled.
Oh, DJ Khaled. Oh, yes.
Mhm.
Also Florida.
Yeah, man, got rep Florida. St. John, he makes some good music too.
Yeah. Okay. He's blowing up. He's getting big.
Yeah, man, he's coming out with some good music. Um, Anderson Paak, he always puts some music out that make you think. Yeah, I like stuff like that too.
Yeah, I really like Anderson.
And he was at the Super
I
Bowl.
love seeing that Super Bowl, man. I
Yeah,
was so surprised. He always looks so happy when he's playing too. He's like,
yeah, yeah, man. It's the grind, and it's real. Yeah, he started independent too. So
West Coast, West Coast. It sounds like you have a good mix of South as well as East Coast and West Coast.
yeah, man. I listen to a little bit of everything. Like some days, like recently, I've been listening to the West Coast rapper, which is Dom Kennedy. He makes some good
Yeah,
music.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Dom Kennedy and Currency are I really like those two artists.
yeah, yeah, me too. And it's something different besides the just the South stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike. What about you, man? Do you have a few?
Yeah. What's new? Right now, I'm actually digging Babytron. Artist named Babytron. He's like this dude. I think he's from I'm about to say Philly. I could be completely wrong. I think he's from Philly.
Mm,
Um and I like his flow, and he's his lyrics are just so funny to me. He's just so disrespectful sometimes. I find that really entertaining. I like Y and J, the dude from TikTok,
oh, okay.
with the funny ad libs. Gosh, what else am I banging right now? I really like Snot. He's from South Florida. It's spelled like $NOT. Snot.
Oh, okay.
Um, he has his debut. I think that's his debut album. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Um, Currency. I plan on seeing Currency. I think he's here. I think he's in Orlando actually
Uh,
on April
oh,
1st. I
oh
saw an
yeah,
ad on Instagram the other day. Yeah, bro.
he's supposed to be here, man. That would be dope because this his music is so chill, man. Like you can
I
vibe
heard
out.
he's gonna have like a live band too.
Oh, was it free or was that the other artist? Because it was a free concert recently.
Oh no, I don't think he'd be free. I think it's. I looked at the price of things like I need to grab a ticket soon. It's at Ace Cafe, free clout
Oh,
to
oh
Currency, but
yeah, that's right. That's right.
I
Yeah,
think it's like $30. But like honestly, I've wanted to see Currency for years.
I
I
know,
feel like
man.
he's like never in Florida, or if he's in Florida, never in Orlando. So
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go out to say it, like just get off of work early. Because it's on a Friday, I believe. So just go there,
Mm.
bang it out and see it.
Shit, let me know, bro. Shoot, I'm ready. When is it? It's the beginning of April.
Yeah, I think it's like April 1st. I think it's a Friday.
Oh
Because I
yeah,
looked it up, but I was like, I was on the phone, so I wasn't able to buy a ticket. Just like I like buying tickets on like on the laptop more than I do on the phone. Because on the laptop, all the information's saved. But on the phone, I have to like, all right, what's the card number again? All right, blah blah blah. And I was like, I'll see it again. I'll see this ad again. Hopefully, but I haven't memorized, so it's up there.
Yeah. Oh, next Friday. Okay, I'm gonna put that on my calendar. I may try to slide that.
Yeah, man.
Especially with the live band, that makes it even better, bro.
That sounds mad interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm cool if he plays all new songs. I'm cool if he plays classics. I'm down for whatever. I'm open to seeing. Hopefully, play some classics in there too.
Same here, bro. Same here.
Yeah, man. I've been a long time Currency fan. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much all the questions that I had. Wordplay. Anything to shout out?
Yeah, if y'all haven't seen my page yet that he showed, go to wordplay4lyfe.com. That's wordplay for the number 4 and then life with a Y .com. I got my handle up here for Instagram at wordplay4lyfe. Check me out. I got my big event coming soon, May 18th. Grab your tickets. It's on Facebook, Eventbrite. Show some love, catch your vibe, express yourself. I have t-shirts there for the ladies or men if you want to rock them. But it's mainly for the ladies because I'm coming out with their launch. But yeah, y'all come through. Shout out to the man above. Shout out to my mom, my parents. You know, they've been holding me down since day one. I think I already shouted him out, but shout out GIP, my cousin. He got new music. You know, he's trying to do his thing. And shout out to myself, man. Like, I gotta give myself some credit because I've been working on this forever. Just trying to grow my business and, you know, get it out there. And yeah, I got to start locally. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. All right. So everybody, if you're on Twitch, I put the links down in chat. For the people watching on YouTube, then feel free to not only subscribe, but also to subscribe to Wordplay4Lyfe. I'm gonna put it down. It's gonna be the link section of the YouTube. You guys know where those things are on YouTube. All right. So yep. Wordplay4Lyfe, Bars and Joysticks. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Have a great rest of your day and week, and we'll see y'all around. Yeah. I'm gonna end the broadcast real quick. Boom.